In 2009, after almost 35 years without acquiring a strategic bomber, the U.S. Air Force initiated the Long-Range Strike Bomber program to develop the most advanced bomber ever designed. The program was ambitious and took almost a decade, but it paid off when Northrop Grumman came up with a potential replacement for the B-52, B-1 Lancer, and the B-2 Spirit bomber. The Air Force's new stealth bomber was finally unveiled in December of 2022. From epic sounds to dramatic lightning, Grumman and the Air Force showed off the B-21 Raider with a silhouette similar to that of the B-2 Spirit. During the event, Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. III emphasized that it was the first 21st century bomber and the product of over 50 years of advances in low-observable technology. In his own words, quote, "Even the most sophisticated air defense systems will struggle to detect a B-21 in the sky." Long-Range Strike Bomber program. In 2009, the U.S. Air Force launched the Long-Range Strike Bomber, or LRSB program, to develop and acquire a long-range strategic bomber. The objective was to create the definitive replacement for the B-1 Lancer, the B-2 Spirit bomber, and the B-52 Stratofortress. Funding and development were slow, but the program eventually accelerated in 2015 after increasing threats from China, North Korea, and Russia. The Air Force's request for proposals called for a strategic bomber that could be quickly developed with existing technologies, be optimally manned, compatible with a family of systems, and able to carry a considerable payload. Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Northrop Grumman all applied for the program, and in October of 2015, the Defense Department awarded the contract to Grumman, mainly because of the costs involved. Although the other two companies did not recognize it initially, the decision was final. Consequently, Grumman continued working on a prototype based on the B-2, a model which was also originally developed to replace the B-52 and the B-1 Lancer. Northrop Grumman rises. During the 2016 Air Warfare Symposium, Air Force officials announced that the LRSB would be designated the B-21 bomber because it was the first 21st century American bomber. Then, in the September 2016 Air Force Association Conference, retired Lieutenant Colonel Richard E. Cole, the last surviving member of the U.S. Army Air Force's pilots that participated in the Doolittle raid of World War II, announced that the bomber would be named Raider in honor of the brave men he served alongside. Barely any more information was shared with the public in the following years, with only minor leaks about the prototype aircraft. It was not until September of 2022 that Grumman published an article listing 10 facts about the B-21 Raider and its unveiling that December. Grumman detailed that the Raider was developed to become the backbone of the U.S. Air Force fleet, delivering a new era of capability through advanced integration of data, sensors, and weapons. With its global reach, Grumman noted the new stealth bomber would serve the nation's strategic deterrence strategy. Particular emphasis was given to the sustainment, affordability, and state-of-the-art manufacturing techniques of the B-21 Raider. Coupled with this, Grumman and the Air Force successfully demonstrated the migration of B-21 ground systems data to a cloud environment. First 21st century bomber. On December 2, 2022, the United States Air Force and Northrop Grumman Corporation officially unveiled the B-21 Raider at the U.S. Air Force's Advanced Aircraft Research and Development Facility in Palmdale, California. The Raider is the first new American strategic bomber in over 35 years and the first sixth-generation aircraft worldwide. During the unveiling of the stealth strategic bomber, Secretary of Defense Lloyd J. III said that the B-21 Raider, quote, is a testament to America's enduring advantages in ingenuity and innovation, and it's proof of the department's long-term commitment to building advanced capabilities that will fortify America's ability to deter aggression, today and into the future. The Raider's reveal was nothing short of epic. During the live stream, dramatic music and dynamic lightning effects gave way to the elegant silhouette of the new bomber. Almost instantly, the crowd was welcomed by a familiar figure, that of the iconic B-2 Spirit bomber, the Raider's predecessor. The airframe shown was painted in white instead of the usual black, hinting at a new type of concealing technology. The reporters also noted there were no visible seams, suggesting that the B-21 features new advanced materials that allow sensors, air data systems, and communication antennas to be built directly into the airframe. Austin added that it would be hard for any adversary to see the aircraft coming, remarking, quote, "The B-21 looks imposing, but what's under the frame and the space-age coatings is even more impressive." Although no specific details were given about the model, the Air Force clarified that more than 50 years of advances in low-observable technology went into the bomber's development. The Raider. The Secretary of Defense was joined by Grumman's president, Kathy Warden, who said the B-21, quote, "defines a new era in technology and strengthens America's role of delivering peace through deterrence. This next-generation aircraft defines what this nation is capable of when we work together." The dramatic lighting used during the presentation kept some of the Raider's parts in the shadows, especially the rear. As such, information related to the propulsion system, engine exhausts, and overall flight capabilities are still classified. Based on comparisons, it looks as though the B-21 is smaller than the B-2 Spirit, which has a wingspan of over 172 feet. But Grumman and the Air Force emphasized the Raider was designed to be the most maintainable bomber to date, thanks to an open system architecture. Austin made it clear that, quote, "as the United States continues to innovate, this bomber will be able to defend our country with new weapons that haven't even been invented yet, and the B-21 is multifunctional." The Department of Defense also emphasized the B-21 will be able to conduct operations ranging from intelligence gathering to battle management, and seamless integration with equipment employed by the United States and its allies. In addition, the B-21 will also operate in crewed or uncrewed configurations as part of its open systems architecture. Finally, it is known that the Raider can carry conventional and nuclear weapons. This includes the JASSM missile, the GBU-53B Stormbreaker bomb, the LRASM anti-ship missile, nuclear ordnance such as the B-61 12-gravity bomb, and the long-range standoff missile. Initial deliveries. The Department of Defense and Grumman announced that the B-21 Raider is one of the cheapest bombers ever produced in U.S. history, coming up at over $692 million per unit. Meanwhile, Time magazine revealed the program will cost U.S. taxpayers over $203 billion over the next 30 years. In early January of 2023, Chief Financial Officer Dave Keffer told the press he expected a contract for the first of 5 low-rate initial production lots. Keffer noted that this phase will last until the end of the decade, but could go on longer due to macroeconomic risks such as inflation, labor issues, and supply chain disruptions. Northrop Grumman President Kathy Warden also remarked that the government is committed to buying at least 100 Raiders. Warden stated the government has been very supportive of Northrop Grumman and other defense firms and encouraged them to invest in future technologies. The chief executive concluded by saying that the first flight of the B-21 Raider is still scheduled for this year, following its impressive public debut in December of 2022. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe to our Dark Documentaries channels to find more exciting historical anecdotes and the facts behind the most impressive military technology in modern history. Also, don't hesitate to hit the bell icon to be notified of our newest videos, and stay tuned for more.